Hello and welcome everyone. We're here at the Fantasy Park Open 2024. My name's Blake Houston and I'm joined here by the AK-47 Alex Kynaston in the commentary booth. We have our lovely apple and mango juice and we're ready to watch some disc golf.
Yeah, hello everyone. We're here in Rockingham, which is 40 minutes south of Perth. Today we've got a very hot one for you. I think it was around 38 in this first round, and then it gets up to 40 later, probably in the back nine, and so does the wind.
Yeah, lovely. Perfect conditions for disc golf.
Yeah.
Not really though.
Nah, a bit sweaty.
Yeah. I was on the camera today and I was definitely feeling it as well. I can't imagine what the players were trying to do and manage with that heat. Having a look at our card here today, we have a card of 5. The tournament was sold out. I believe we had 58 players. There's 5 players on every single card. Mr. Tournament Director, Paul Noesen, right there, giving us a wave. Noisy, he's going to be throwing a lot of MVP, Streamline, Axiom. He's a gyro guy. That's what we know him as here. Competitor in the MPO field.
We've also got Jacob Davies on the card. He's mainly Discmania in of a bag, and he's got the big distance game. We got Rob Lim and Damon. Damon's new to Team Gateway. Then we got Brendon Bennett, who is the league winner.
Yes, and a formidable force in the MP40 division. I believe he won the event last year.
We got Noisy here, throwing some sort of thought space disc. I think this is his Praxis. It's a good line, just kind of gets caught up late trees. That should give him sun edge of circle.
Yeah, there's no breeze this early on, so disc selection isn't really an issue as long as you're selecting the right disc. The wind can't really tamper with it.
These two first boys going with putted turnovers. Didn't see much of that, but yeah, it's not a bad play.
No, not at all. Yeah, so this one, hole 1, it's a dual tee course. There's one basket, and this is tee 1 and 10. Damon's going to go with the forehand. It's going to skip, and that might actually give him a look. But this one, 80 metres to start off. It's you'd like to think that the MP or the pro players here are wanting to get this one. If you don't, it's the first hole of the tournament. That's sort of acceptable, but yeah, you definitely want to give yourself a look on this one to start off your Fantasy Park Open campaign.
Surprised Jacob going with the forehand there. Not much of a forehand player himself, but wasn't that bad. Didn't roll it over as per usual. But, it's not bad to see what Brendon's got here.
Brendon has a bit of a unique form. He used to even turn more backwards than what he does there. But, yeah, he lines it up, turns it backwards, and really trusts where he's going to throw it. And it's worked out well for him there. He's hit the tree on the right, but he's going to leave himself at about 6 metres.
Damon here from about 45 feet, 15 metres odd. That was his Devil Hawk, which is like a Stego type disc.
It's got no glide, and we'll see that right there.
Yeah.
It's Noisy from just in C2. Putting with the Pilots.
Ooh, good putt. Tad high, 50-50. Could have stayed, could have spat out, as it did.
So, from what I believe, the black padding sort of around the pole in the basket, I think some of the neighbours have complained as Jacob's going to really dig that in the left pocket there. But he's going to make that birdie putt to start it off. Yeah, I believe some neighbours may have complained about the noise from the baskets as we're at a park course. We're near some houses, and which is fair enough. But it doesn't make too much of an impact to do with the catch, but it makes a unique noise when it actually hits the basket.
Yeah, unfortunate from Brendon there, but I'm sure we'll get something going on the next hole, as that one is the easiest hole on the course. Yeah, so here we got hole 2, par 3, 52 metres, 170 feet. You can go backhand straight at it, backhand hyzer, forehand straight at it, forehand hyzer, anything you want. Basically, every division should be getting this, but definitely MPO. We're going to want to see a lot of birdies here.
Like you said, plenty of options. I don't think we should breeze past Rob Lim's birdie on the first hole. Made that look pretty simple. It looks like he's going to do it again there. He's just going to clip that tree, but it looks like he's going to be pretty close. Nice little birdie putt for him there.
This is Rob and Jacob have both thrown their bergs on this hole. Just rip it and it will sit. Yep. Unfortunate tree at the end, but that's about 8 meters.
Yeah, not too far at all. Any idea what noise you'll be throwing here? Okay,
We'll get a
entropy
glimpse
or
of it. I think that
slow putter?
I have no
Stable.
idea, but yeah.
Just gonna give him a look. Probably around edge of circle, maybe 9.
I think this is a driver from Damon. He was throwing it in the second round when I played with him, just straight into the trees, and then it dropped. So
Don't mind the play. I've never seen it before. It's going
there
to
you
drop
go.
right next to the basket. He's almost aced it. And by Jacob's word, he called him a baller. And a baller he was right there. He's going to take that birdie. Brendon Bennett with the forehand here.
It looks like a justice from Brendon.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That thing was very overstable.
Right, noisy here. 10 meters.
Oh, he's gonna scrape those chains again. First 2 holes hasn't dropped one yet, but putter's not looking way off. I'm sure he'll be making some more rest of the round. And how's Brendon Bennett? He's
Cashing.
missed the one on the first, and then he's going to back it up, make a nice putt. And same with Jacob. That one's not a low left pocket for you, bud. That's center.
Yeah, so Jacob was on Prodigy last year, and he's just changed back to his open bag, and he was still putting with the PA3s, but he's just changed back to the P2s as well, and they seem to be working so far. So
Yeah, I think part of the reason he moved away from Prodigy was he'd rather have some freedom with what he throws. He'd like to have access to everything. And he's sort of like a media guy for Disc Golf Warehouse. If you don't follow him on Instagram, you'll see Jacob on their story quite a lot. And for him to be throwing anything that comes into the store, I'm sure that's something that Disc Golf Warehouse will be looking for. As we move to hole 3 out in the open, definitely one of the toughest holes when the wind is up. But the wind isn't very, very strong today. So players will probably just be looking at leaving a backhand hyzer out over the oval, like Rob is here, and swing it back. And he's going to have a bit of a look there, just a bit uphill.
not bad from Rob there. With the hyzer, it's quite touchy. The high left side is definitely safer, but then you have a depth putt, as there's that hill behind. But the hyzers coming into that right side hill tend to roll away a lot. So see what happens here with Jacob.
Taking the straight approach. Is that a PA3?
Yeah, it looks like it. I think that could be, possibly. Glow PA3.
Yeah, Jacob moving away from Prodigy hasn't stopped him from throwing it. In his time there, he found some really good runs, and he's sticking with them. And he still enjoys throwing the plastic. Damon, I wouldn't know what he's throwing there. Don't know much about Gateway. I don't think really anyone in Australia does. But yeah, I'm sure we'll learn more as we go. Damon on the team. That's good for Gateway and good for Disc Golf in Australia. Another brand making their move in the country of the growing sport.
Don't know what that disc was from Brendon. I think it was like a verdict or something, I think I saw, but I think this is Noisy with his pyro. A lot of the WA boys have been leaning on the pyro at the moment. It's just
That's lovely.
Textbook there.
Yeah.
Brendon from about 11. Good bid.
Not bad. It's early on. Brendon has a very, very diverse game. He's got a good backhand, good forehand, and his putt it's really good. Although he may have missed that one there, it was C2. I'm sure we'll see his putt throughout the round though. He's got a really good, consistent putt, and it's definitely one of his strong suits there. Jacob for his par, he's can clean that one up.
Rob, there you go. That's how you do it. 3 through 3. Well done.
It's a good start from the man on the aces. Not too bad from our card there on hole 3. Damon will tap in for his par.
Kind of what you see on that hole. Couple birdies, couple just can't really run it where you're at. We're at hole 4 here. Par 3, 74 meters. There's the up the middle backhand line, which you want to throw like a stable mid or stable putter, let it fade at the end. I was taking the wide forehand line with a fairway driver and just letting it skip up the hill. But there's a lot of different ways you can play this. Rob's gone pyro there. Bit low, but it's getting the skip up. And that looks to be inside circle.
Yeah, that's lovely. Hopefully he can continue that streak and go 4 down through 4. Noisy and Rob, good mates on the course and off the course, going to throw the pyro as well. Not quite the same result, probably a par, low ceiling jump putt, but we'll see. Jacob's going to go...
That looks to be MD5 by Jacob. Thought he would have took something a bit straighter there, but, see what he can do from down there. Damon, this is probably going to be some sort of overstable distance driver. Loves a good old flex forehand.
I'll play that skip. If it comes back quickly now, it's a bit long. He'll have a look though. Same disc as the last hole, I think, for double B, as we know him in WA. Oh, that's a look.
Noisy here, probably just a layup. That tree branch looks to be, there you go. Good from Noise.
Brendon from about 13. See if he can showcase some of that putting I was talking about. That's not far off.
Jacob here, about 15, probably.
Yeah, similar range, down the hill. He's going to cash that one right in there, and he's going to turn back to me.
Very happy.
He loves it. I told him he's got to make something happen there. He owes me that one.
Damon is known for his little jumper. Wasn't bad there. Stick that close. That was that. Devil Hawk again. Rob sneaking it in low right side. That would do. 4 for 4. Can't really ask for much more. And then pars for the rest.
Yeah, so we're on the front 11 holes. We're playing 22 holes here today at the Fantasy Park Open. As I said before, it's dual tee. A lot of the longer holes, they're similar lines. They're just extended. A couple of them, we're going to see some different lines. But for a park course, it's got a good mix. A lot of par 3s. We're only going to see 2 par 4s on the day. But we're not at a Bombers course. We're not at Mundaring. As the Eastern Staters will probably know from our recent coverage from a couple of tournaments over the last year. Here on hole 5, it's going to be 58 metres, low ceiling. Rob's going to slide that one up there. It's going to leave him at about 10.
This is Jacob here with a link. That's pretty perfect. Just slide up. Yeah, that's how you draw it up from Jacob.
Yeah.
Got Praxis here, again from Noisy. Relies on this thing a lot for nice flip-ups. Yeah, and that will work. Anything up the middle kind of gives you a putt. So Damon.
He's played the flip-up.
So it's a very nice line. Got to sit.
It's gone very long. I think the flip-up's really the only way you can actually ace this hole. It's just too low ceiling to play a hyzer there or a straight shot. You need to flip something up with some glide. Brendon's going to saw it off a little bit early, but he's hit the majority of the line. He's going to have a putt from circle 1.
Rob, little stepper there. He's 4 through 4, so it's alright if he misses one now. Got Brendon here. Oof, good bid. Just a little bit right. Damon again, Devil Hawk, giving it half bid, so it sits. And yeah, there you go, Noisy. He's got one of the most consistent putting games and strokes that I've seen. Just straight up and down. Rob, good par.
Noisy's got one of the most consistent clothing apparatus. Likes to stay consistent with his colour-coordinated socks. He's repping the Disc Golf Warehouse blue polo today, so he's got those long blue socks on. A guy that heavily invested in his colour, and it seems to be working for him. He's started under par. We're here at hole 5A. This is a temporary hole for the tournament. We're playing a triple Mando. We're going through the footy goals, kicking a 6-pointer, and we're heading our way to this tent basket. So there's 12A and there's 5A. This is 5A. 12A's played a backhand, similar shot, just other side of the goals. Jacob he's going to park it, but unfortunately he's going to miss the Mando, and he's going to go to the drop zone, which there is a look, but you have to keep it really low under the Mando.
We got Noisy here. I think this
fireball?
is fireball from him. Looking a tad skinny. Oh, he hits the sign.
Yeah. There was a bit of... Had to stop and think about that one. It was unclear whether he missed the Mando or not. But yeah, look, the group's given him the benefit of the doubt. Probably a bit of a good break for him, but he's going to have a look. Damon's going to... It's going to be a bit short, but he's going to show you how to nail that Mando. See if Double B can do it as well. A local to this course. Definitely one of the first times he'll be playing this hole, though. So he's going to hit the other sign on the other side.
Saved, apparently.
Yeah.
I think the main question with the banners and sign were if they're behind the goals or in line with, and I think both the players got the benefit with this one.
Yeah, I think when they were setting it up, I think something for next time is definitely to move the signs behind the Mando, as Brendon's going to make that from 15 through the Mando. Solid birdie for the guy. I think the signs need to be clearly put behind the Mando so they don't come into play. It was a very touchy decision because of the new Mando rules. I think it's important for everyone to know the new Mando rules. So the Mando is a vertical plane. It has no thickness. And if it's different to OB, if any part of your disc at any point of the flight touches that vertical plane or crosses it, then you've missed the Mando. Bit unclear because it's a new rule. Some people it doesn't make too much sense. But no, definitely something to remember. It's different to OB, and it's a rule that everyone should be aware of, that Mandos are popping up more every single tournament. It's a part of disc golf now that we're all starting to get used to.
There we go for the fellas. Not a great hole. We got one birdie there, but that's kind of how it goes. If you're an MPO, you want to be attacking it. Birdie, bogey, it's kind of how it goes. We've got hole 6 here. Probably one of the hardest holes on the course. There's no real line anymore. If you have the big arm, you have to go over, like I think you'll see a couple of the players doing. 113 meters, so it probably plays more than that. I'd say it plays closer to 120. And yeah, it's OB right. There's a Mando. You have to go around of left, so see how it plays out.
Yeah, I think you're pretty spot on there. Plays all of 120, going over these trees. Brendon going with the flex line, which is the ideal line. He's going to come in a bit short, but that's pretty much how you want to play the hole. You want to follow that line, push it a little bit further if you can. There's a Mando for the tournament. It's going to be early right to stop a hyzer out over the road, just for safety, so people don't throw it into the houses. Although I did see a couple of people have to go across to the houses. I'm going to shout Rob out here on that drone fly through. We saw him coming back from the road. So about that, Rob. See if he can throw it better here. He's going to take the low line, clip that. He's going to be up there. It's not OB. He's probably in position to take the par on this one.
Definitely a bonus birdie if you can get this one.
Yeah.
Damon taking it high. I think they're all just going to be looking for their pars here. Par's good. If you get it, you're happy. Jacob's
got to want the birdie here, you'd think. He's got that big arm. He's definitely one of the larger throwers in the state.
Fading out a bit early.
Yeah. It's okay over there. You never know what you're really going to have. It's not really rough. There's always some sort of line, but you sort of got to see what you have when you get there, make a decision, get up and down, save the par. Rob's going to do that there. He's going to leave himself a little bit short, but shouldn't be any worries for him.
So this disc from Noisy, I saw him throwing. I forgot what it's called, but it's not any gyro or thought space, but it's a very funky, really overstable disc, kind of like Damon's Devil Hawk. I think it might be a gateway mold, so if you see him forehanding something green and it's really overstable and slow, I think that's something new in Noisy's bag that he's probably working with out here because the wind.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Rob. That was commentator's curse. I pretty much said he had that one. Yeah, so at this point, I reckon morning wanted to get started as quickly as possible. It was probably about 36, 37 degrees already.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, it was a warm one here in Perth. This summer, we're no strangers to the warm weather, though. We've had multiple days over 40 degrees. Sort of starting to get used to it by now. But yeah, it's heading into autumn shortly. Hole 7 here, 73 metre par 3. There is a couple of options. I say that because I pretty much have my own line here. There's a straight shot. You throw it into the hill, hopefully slide up to the basket. There's a forehand skip out to the left. But if you're really feeling it, I like to go spike eyes over the trees just because it takes all the trees out of play. You just got to get the distance right.
Got Noisy going up the middle here. Pyro. This is the most used play. Something low, skip it up. I like to take the forehand flex on the left side. Yeah, I see Damon doing that here.
And Noisy's throwing that Pyro about perfect.
Bit skinny from Damon, but you know it's a par most likely. None of these holes are necessarily that challenging with thick roughs. So this is Jacob's mystery box. Is it C-line method, which she's loving?
I think so, yeah.
Nice and stable.
Rob gonna follow Noisy once again and throw the Pyro. Actually, no. Noisy followed Rob last time.
With Brendon, just a little flick up. There you go.
Nice.
Very nice. Damon, probably just a layup here. Looks like he's got that Devil Hawk in hand again. Yeah.
Although it's uphill, it's a little bit of a scary putt. The basket's on a bit of a knoll. If you go over the back, it seems to go a bit. Hopefully that sits down for Rob. It's not too much of a hill, but it's definitely there. You don't want to blow past the basket on your putt. James, he's got up to the top of the hill here. He's going to have a putt.
Ooh, famous little Jacob clap there. Not too happy about that, but you know, it's all right.
If you want to see some more Jacob claps, make sure to go follow Big Fella and the Beast on Instagram. It's the Jacob Davies and Tom McNeely collab. A couple of WA disc golfs. Couple of lads like to take the piss out of each other and share it online. And yeah, Jacob's known for the clap. They only share the low lights of each other. So yeah, make sure to go chuck Big Fella and the Beast to follow.
Textbook birdie there for Noisen. That took him to 3 down. That's a pretty good start. You can get more, but you can also easily be a couple over par if you haven't played it well this far.
Yeah. So you were playing this tournament. You're on the card ahead.
Yep.
We're through 7 holes. How was your round starting off?
Started off pretty well. Well, I got the first 4 through 7. I was 6 down. So, no, that was through 8. Sorry, through 7, I was 5 down. But yeah, I was playing pretty well, consistent, just kind of picking my shots, getting the birdies now and then.
Yeah, I think that's a lot about the game here at Fantasy Park. You really need to give yourself the opportunities. Capitalizing on them is a different story, but you definitely need to give yourself the looks, and it's all about birdies here. You want to put yourself into a position and then hopefully convert for the birdies. Hole 8 here, it's really just a hyzer, but it seems to be a little bit of trouble. I'm not sure why. There's OB long And that tree in the middle that you have to hyzer it around, it does come into play later than what it looks. Damon's going to throw the forehand there. He's just going to throw it a little bit low. I'm pretty sure everyone else is going to go the backhand though.
This is Jacob Star Toro.
Looks nice.
Distance control is really the only thing here. There's a big tree short, OB long. So I think this is Rob's AVR X3, which gets confused with his Star Rat a lot. He relies on this. His backhand approaches. I think that is very, very perfect from Rob.
Looks great.
There you go.
No commentator's curse this time. That's a birdie for Rob. Damon from C2. Oh, it's almost going to drop in the backside of the cage.
Got Jacob here. 6 meters.
Come on, mate. No claps this time. Yeah. Only claps for it going in the chains.
There you go. Brendon, easy birdie. Rob should be doing the same.
Yeah, I've already given him this one. Don't miss it now, Rob. There we go. Rob's also a really good putter. Definitely a putting style you'd like to adapt to on those death putts. He's able to give it some height. It's not terribly slow, but it still doesn't have too much pace. But he's able to sit down pretty quickly if he does happen to miss on a bit of a scary putt. As we move into hole 9, it's 86 meters. It's probably just a backhand turnover or a forehand for most of our players. I don't think we'll see a different play. Basket's on another little knoll again, slightly raised. Yeah, I think we'll probably see mostly backhands here. Is this an envy from Noisy?
No, I think this is some sort of mid-range.
It might be a hex.
Might be hex, yeah. But good shot from Noisy. That's kind of how you draw it up. Should be a tad short, but got that OB left, which gets scary. Brendon, some sort of dynamic disc. I think that's his main used company. Jacob here with a C blend tomb.
It's got a turn. Yep.
Looking nice.
That's nice from Jacob. I'm not surprised Brendon parked that. He plays here enough. This is his local course. Yeah, as you mentioned before, he won the league days leading up to the tournament. He's had previous success here in the past. Yeah, no stranger to the fantasy park. He knows the holes all very well and how to attack them. Rob's going to really play some games there with the left side bush, which is out of bounds, but he's going to come back and he's going to have a putt. Damon's going to go a bit early right, but yeah, he's going to have a look as well.
Yeah, that's a safe forehand play from Damon. It's kind of what I did, leave myself something to look at.
There we're going to see Rob with that C2 bid, but with his putt. He's given a good chance. He sat right next to the basket as Damon's almost going to cash that from about 15. Noisy here from about 6-7 meters. He's looking to get to 5 under par, which is a pretty good start. Can't quite make it happen on this hole.
Jacob's in there. Good birdie. Brendon should do the same here.
Yep. So after this hole, we're going to head to another temp hole. It's going to be 9A. We've played it for the previous years here at Fantasy Park. It's a hole that everyone on the card should be familiar with, although it's not actually a permanent hole. We're teeing up here on a bit of a hill. For the righty, it's just backhand hyzer. There's OB on the left side and OB on the bollards long. The OB on the left, it's a little bit more generous this year. It used to be pretty pinched around the basket. I'm not sure whether that was just some issues in the setup or whether that's the idea for this year. Double B going with the Justice, and yeah, that's pretty much all you need to do on this one. I reckon everyone will want to be getting the birdie here.
Yeah, we got Jacob stepping up with his Berg here. He likes this because he can just rip on it and trust it to sit and be overstable. Just like that. Should be pretty parked from Jacob. This hole gives the player a lot of worries with that OB left and then long, because If you commit to it, you can go OB long easily. If you don't commit to it, you can go OB left easily because you get scared. I think this is that new disc that Noisy's been throwing. And yeah, that should be edge of circle for him. Rob's zone, I'm pretty sure. And that will unfortunately be out.
Yeah, it's definitely a mistake that you can make here because you do need to get it back left. You can't just throw a straight shot. And it's one that you want to park. And if it just comes out that touch too early, you'll find yourself OBing at the drop zone here. Give him that little upshot. Yeah, it's about all you can do from there. You can take the bogey, move on to hole 10 for Rob. A little bit high for Noisy. To finish off the front 9, we'll see if Double B can make this from about 6. Unique form with everything as well. His forehand reminds me of Chris Clemens. He's got that really snappy flick. Unique forehand, unique backhand, and unique putt. Gives it a couple of pump fakes, and then he's going to put it right in the basket for you.
Rob tapping his bogey here. Noisy taking the unfortunate par. That's alright though. This hole can get scary. I don't think I got it at all this tournament, but not too bad.
So Jacob's going to end up at 6 down after the front 9, which is actually a pretty hot score. Damon's going to get himself to 1 under. 2 under. It's not really the start he's probably looking for, but he was the champion last year. He knows the course. He knows how to attack it, and he's under par. He's ready to make some moves. Noisy's at 4 under. Not a bad start for the Noisy Noesen. And Brendon Bennett, 5 under, 1 back of Jacob. I'm sure he'll be in the lead of the MP40 division. I'm sure he'll be looking to attack it as well in the back 11 holes. Make sure to join us for that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We've got 22 holes out here, very scoreable. Getting very hot, and it'll get windy in the back 11.
Thank you very much.